Good morning. Day 18, I think. Oh my goodness. Got some exciting stuff coming today. I can't work tomorrow. I'm busy. So I have a usability test first thing Friday, which means I want to spend today just getting some stuff ready for that. I want to talk a little bit about startups and energy and people talk a lot about the startup emotional roller coaster, which is a real thing. The thing about, normal companies is you have good days and bad days. But startups, especially if you're in that early team or a founder, they say that you have really good days and really bad days. And it's true, and it can be really good hours and then really bad hours. You make a huge sale and you realize this thing you created out of nothing is this, you're on this path to financial stability, and then your co-founder quits an hour later. You have no ability to meet that promise you made in the sale, or it happens so much. It's crazy. And so I think I'm dealing with a little bit of a mild version of that right now, because it's so fun to, for example, do what I did 2 days ago, put together a 2-hour version of a pretty cool brand. That was so fun. And it felt like, oh man, like this project could really be a thing. I could really start to see how it would look and work. And then yesterday, just banging my head against the wall again on security rules. And actually, I think I made decent progress. Surprisingly, I do think I did, but it's just not super motivating to have to do that. And we're also like 17, days into this process. And so, you're just not making as much progress as you did on day 3, because as we talked about in an earlier video, the first thing you do just gets you so much farther, and then the things you spread out, all the different things you have to do, and so you don't feel like you're moving forward because you have to take care of all these multiple things just to get 1 inch forward, seeming like it's hard to describe. And so I'm like a little bit like blah feeling today and yesterday. I keep a couple things in mind. One is that I've just been on that startup roller coaster before, and I've been to much higher highs and lower lows than I am on this little project. And so, I feel like I recognize those. I can just say, hello, startup drag doldrums. Like, you're normal. Nice to see you. Missed you a little bit. That's nice. How are you? I can recognize them, recognize the feeling, and still just, try to show up as many days as I can to get some work done. Another thing is that I am learning. Like, when you're not learning things, it's pretty dry. But when you're, but at least if you're solo, by the way, and you're not really learning much, you can go fast. You can go pretty fast and at least feel like you're getting things done. If you can't feel like you're getting things done, then hopefully you can feel like you're learning new things. And I definitely feel that. Like, that's the reason I said I got a lot done yesterday. You guys are not watching me do design for the first time. You're not watching me learn React. You're not watching me learn even some of the Firestore stuff. But you are watching me learn how to write good security rules that are production ready. And you are watching me learn how to write tests, essentially. Like, I haven't really written any significant unit tests or anything like that before. This is just not what I've done. I've been a designer mostly in my career. So, although that part's really slow, like, you get to see that happen. That's like me actually learning how to do things. And that's exciting. I actually get a lot of satisfaction from that, personally. The other thing is, and let's look at our roadmap or backlog or whatever you call it. They're the same for us right now. Is that, we're making progress. I can see that, we're moving through these tasks and items, and making these videos actually helps me see what kind of progress I'm making. But when we do choose an item to work on, you can see I'm giving myself a little flexibility in this upper section about what I choose to work on. If I'm feeling bad, I'll let myself design a brand. If I'm feeling smart, I'll do something really hard. If I'm feeling kind of dumb in a given day, I'll just do something easy. I was kind of saving this one for a day when I wasn't feeling too smart because I knew it would be a lot of watching YouTube and getting his interview notes down and making changes. I'm not feeling too dumb today, but I'm feeling a little dumb, and I want to get this done before Jonah's stuff. So, I help myself by giving myself little tasks that are like a fit for me in that day. If I'm feeling good, we're going to climb the mountain. If we're not feeling good, that's okay. There's plenty to do that doesn't require like brilliant thinking. It just needs to get done. So we've got all this stuff on a branch from yesterday, I believe. Let's pull up our code. We're testing with Jonah tomorrow. So we have some nice to haves for private meeting test. And I think actually this would be the nice to have for Jonah's video. I don't think that the whole organizations thing is necessary for him to test well. So I'm glad we have this on a branch. That'll stay in progress. This is not something we need right now. Because all this other stuff is much more. In fact, let's do this. This will go to soon. And we'll just arbitrarily put these here. Oh, no. Yeah. I don't like how that works. So I think the plan today is look through some of this stuff, take some notes, go to Whimsical, update some stuff in Whimsical, and try to get our prototype ready for a better Jonah test. We're going to do a bit of an interview, we're going to do a usability test, and then even we're actually going to use the product hopefully. So I also want to just make sure that our server and our code is ready for him to walk through and actually do something, just in case. I want to demo what I've got and say, okay, if you liked the test we did, or the prototype, or the prototype we had, this code prototype approximates this. What do you feel is most missing? That's going to help us prioritize this roadmap. And if we get to other stuff here, that would be great. I doubt that we will. Okay. So I've got a code editor up here just in case. I don't need it. What I do want to also get up here is Whimsical. Shuffleboard. Oh, Whimsical. I remember this. It's been a couple weeks. I'm going to go to YouTube and pull up that video with Jason. And an empty Google Doc just in case I want to take some notes. Can I do this thing where it goes? No. Oh, guys, the problem with this is that I'm gonna have to watch myself on video, which. Library. So stupid. How do I do that thing where
Jason is a designer who has a very similar name and job description as one of the
whatever.
them a little bit and asking some stuff about his work. I told him a little bit about the project, but not a ton, because I wanted to drag him in and get him on video, because we're, in case you haven't been watching the previous videos, we're trying to build a startup product live on YouTube. And so we kind of have like a wireframe at this point, just so you're aware. And we'll show that a little bit. We have like an idea, and we're just trying to get like 1 or 2 quick like temperature takes from people before we dive all the way in.
This is a product for designers.
Yeah, it's kind of for designers and like other product building people and engineers a little bit too. I guess I've told you that it's like a way to help people like run meetings, live meetings better. I think that's mostly all I've said.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
I remember that we wanted to move this. I wanted to move this to a homepage.
I think what I want to do today is like a little bit of a user interview, just like talk about some of the problems that he might be dealing with or how things go for him when he's doing design work, and then kind of a usability test on what we have, but more like also like a combination product test. Like, would this be something that would be useful for your team, and also like maybe a semi-design critique, more than just usability, like copy ideas and flow ideas and stuff like that. So whatever you
I
feel.
love being on this end of it.
Yeah.
I run these too. It's like,
I know.
can't wait to love this.
I'm doing it from a pro. I want to make sure it's.
Oh no, I'm not a pro at it.
Alright, so first, I just want to talk about the problem that we're trying to solve, right? Because like, we don't want to dive like and go crazy on like, hey, is this button alignment good to go before we go to work, right? So I've kind of given you like a little bit of a like hint about what we're working on, but just in the abstract, like without the context that we've said so far, tell me a little bit about how team collaboration is done in the early phases of a project when you guys are kicking off something new.
We typically every Tuesday we do like a team workshop where anyone can bring what they're working on to the table. But when people are kicking off new projects, we typically schedule outside of that like an hour workshop whiteboard. And as a remote employee, I don't know if you can write on the whiteboard, but throw out ideas.
So everybody else is local, like on site.
I'm the only remote employee.
Yeah. And how does that work for you within that meeting? Video calls?
Yeah, I'll be on Google Hangouts.
Yeah. And when you have an idea, what do you do?
Well, sometimes we do. It depends on what the exercise is. Sometimes we'll do like set a timer for 10 minutes and I'll sketch
Yeah.
on our piece of paper and then post those in Slack and then put them up on the screen and discuss what we had sketched. But yeah.
You said sometimes, not all the time.
Well, it depends on the exercise we do. So sometimes we'll sketch like that. Other times it'll just be like a conversation.
Yeah. So you have sometimes like sketch brainstorm sessions and sometimes just talking about things. Is there any other like format for a workshop that you guys run on the gaming side?
I guess when I say we're like just doing a conversation, it'll be like whoever's leading the workshop will be at the whiteboard with the marker and we'll be brainstorming and they'll be taking charge, putting up the ideas.
So it's like a lead person.
Yeah. Which makes me feel like just another person in the room.
Yeah.
I don't need to direct.
So like if somebody's facilitating that, it's less of a, and everybody's on the same playing field, so you can just have a voice just like everybody else because they're sitting in that chair.
Yeah.
What is like the rough design process you guys go through early on when you're starting a new project? Is there like a brief or like a kickoff meeting?
There's like a PM thing up front where I haven't kicked off the project in a while. I've been on the same project for 6 months. But there's like a discovery phase where, because we work with clients, it's different for me. In the past where we were a product team, we all kind of knew what we were doing. But now there's this whole phase of like prepping the clients or figuring out what their expectations are. And so there's a bit of back and forth there. We do the user story thing where we outline user stories. And that's been a super effective way to like align with the client on like what we're building and what we're not. You can quickly identify things that are out of scope. So yeah, process-wise, that's a key moment for us. Are you thinking more the design itself?
No, I think that's what I want to know. Like, so you meet with the client, talk about a bunch of ideas, try to get down to like a prioritized list of stories.
Yeah,
makes sense. Do you do any like brand is there any other workshop work that you do around things like less like the functional side of design? Like, do you do any branding workshops or any like journey mapping workshops that are a little higher level?
Yeah, we do. Journey mapping is one of those things we do up front.
Yeah.
So we'll do like we use whimsical. Sometimes it'll start on a whiteboard, but then we take in whimsical and do journey maps. And then sometimes I get sidetracked and I start doing more of logic map of what the experience might look like. But yeah, that's a key step too, because you show that to the client, get feedback on whether or not they think about the life cycle the same way.
It's really interesting. I mean, some using whimsical for the wireframes, did I say that?
Oh no, I know we talked about whimsical in the past, but what do you mean for the wireframe?
So like this, I wireframed the whimsical and I'm exporting the vision for a prototype.
Wireframed it in
Yeah,
whimsical?
you see that? Like,
No.
wireframe thing.
I didn't
You'll
see
see. It's kind of cool. So when you guys doing like this journey map, you'll do like what is that meeting like when you're sort of getting all these post-its together? You're documenting that in whimsical. Is that like a thing that you do to document the result of the meeting, or is it something you do to run the meeting?
Recently we actually did do a kickoff where the client didn't know exactly what they were building in, so we did a user journey map on the whiteboard first, and the way we set it up, on the far end of the whiteboard we put like what does success look like for the user, and then we kind of mapped a possible way to get there. So we used the journey as a way to run the meeting, but then after we went to whimsical and like, mapped it out, made it a little prettier, started thinking more about some of the details we didn't catch during the brainstorm. So then it became an artifact collaboration.
What is the format of that meeting like? Just like a kind of free for all, like, hey, we want to get this person to this result, like see how it goes, everything sort of speak up, or sort of like more of a structured format?
It was pretty loose, but yeah, there was like, let me think. It was with the client, so it was 3 designers and the client.
Is that one person?
Yeah, in this case it was. And then there were some other prompts we had that I'm forgetting now. I think it was like kind of trying to push the client to elaborate on like what the worst case scenario would be, what the best case scenario would be. So like, which kind of gives us some constraints around what we think the client is thinking for certain things, like get their temperature on what the problem's facing.
Are those prompts sort of something you would use in many different meetings? Like, it's hard to imagine, but imagine you work with the same project for the past 6 months. If you had 6 projects in 6 months, would those have been the same prompts, or were they really tailored to that client's use case?
I think they were the same prompts. I wish I could remember what they actually were. That would probably be really helpful to you.
That's actually more interesting than the same. That's actually really useful. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I want to get a lot better at, is like being able to run those workshops, because and like having a framework to do it. Like, I think there are a lot of prompts you can reuse in all different sorts of meetings that like just stimulate conversation. It's nice to have that toolbox of like exercises handy. But like, I think there are a lot of prompts you can reuse in all different sorts of meetings that like.
Okay, the thing he's saying right there is just like so good, and remembering. This is fairly unprompted, so I just want to write down the way he says it exactly.
It's nice to have that toolbox. Prompts you can reuse in all different sorts of meetings, because and like having a framework to do.
That's actually more interesting than the same. That's actually really useful. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I want to get a lot better at, is like being able to run those workshops, because and like having a framework to do it. Like, I think there are a lot of prompts you can. Reuse those workshops, because and like having a framework to do it. Like, I think there are a lot of prompts you can reuse. In all different sorts of meetings that like just stimulate conversation. It's nice to have that tool.
So like, maybe he's picking up on what I'm laying down and thinks that this would be a cool thing, and he's supporting me in this. Like, this isn't necessarily, I'm not remember exactly what degree I told him about this before. So I'm not going to take this as just like complete amazing validation of the product. I literally just want the exact words he's saying so that I can reflect those words back in the copy. I don't want to say like, it's a tool for templating structure so that you can, facilitate better, because he didn't say any of those words. But you get a lot better at help, level up get better at running workshops. A framework to help you get better at running workshops includes prompts in meetings that you can reuse in all sorts of meetings to help stimulate conversation, et cetera, et cetera.
Toolbox of like exercises handy. It's nice to have that toolbox of like to run those workshops, because and like having a framework to do it. Like, I think there are a lot of prompts you can reuse in all different sorts of meetings that like just stimulate conversation. It's nice to have that toolbox of like
Is there anything else that you have that is sort of a toolbox for running workshops that helps you have those exercises handy right now?
Just personal notes, which I wish I could reference right now.
What's the hardest part about like building that skill, that workshop running skill?
For me, it's just probably personal things. Being an introvert, trying to like, you want the conversation to be productive, much as you probably want this conversation to be productive. Like, I don't want to lead the client into a dead end because I start thinking about myself way too much. So my situation is quite different from most, but
It's not. This is like,
I want the conversation to be super productive and get to like, I want like an aha moment to happen after every question I ask. But it's gonna, it quickly turns into like, depends on the client, but usually they're open. If they're open to just kind of having an open-ended conversation, it goes better. So part of the challenge is setting the scene.
yeah.
To be like, let's do this.
Totally. Well, I identify that a lot because, like, being on video, this is, like, for introverted design, this is brutal, people. Like, this is a little tough.
This is the worst. I'm sitting in a way I don't sit because
No.
I'm aware that I'm on video.
My face is red. It's hard. I think that's kind of my work on the project, just to, like, pull the curtain a little bit, even if it's painful.
I want an aha moment to happen after every question I ask. I like that. If they're open to a natural conversation, it's better. So we don't want to restrict, we want to emphasize that we don't want to restrict natural conversations, if that makes sense. This isn't just like a rigid structure. You have to talk to humans.
Just so that people can see what's going on.
Yeah. And for workshops in particular, that's something I've outlined as an area that I want to get better at. So it's like, it's tricky for me to describe my process about it right now because it's like on my to-do list to like improve that. Right now I thrive more in the making, right, rather than the facilitating.
What would be your dream scenario if you like had a tool to help you improve in that area? No restrictions.
A tool to help with the workshop.
Yeah, to help you like get better at running workshops. You said, you know, you have these prompts, you have these personal notes. You know, it's a goal for you to sort of improve in this upfront area before the sort of the tactical design starts. If you were to have like a tool that would just magically be exactly what you needed to help you in that process, what would it do for you?
It would really be, I want the questions I need to ask laid out in a way that kind of guarantees a useful result. It's just something to reference, I think, and that might just come down to personal planning. There was an app I used at one point, I forgot what it was called, DUCO maybe, but it was basically a design process in a box. It was a really simple app that just showed the different stages you should go through. Actually what it was is it was kind of a Google design sprint thing, but just like, it was accessible. But if I'm leading a workshop, I just want the questions available, like prepare them.
Yeah.
So the client can see that I'm on a mission of some sort. And it's not like, I'm a phenom who just like has all the right questions in my head because I don't like the pressure of having that. I'd rather, it could be as simple as note cards. Maybe it's just me needing to plan. It would also be cool if there was like a tree where like, depending on the outcome of certain exercises, you go down the path a different direction. In summary, I struggle most with the early stage of a project when the client, because this happened recently where they knew they wanted to build a product for small businesses, but they didn't know what that product was going to be. Right? It could be a Q&A platform, it could be a social network. I struggle most with the early stage of a project when the client, it would also be cool if there was like a tree where like, depending on the outcome of certain exercises, you go down the path a different direction. In summary, I struggle most with the early stage of a project when the client, because this happened recently where they knew they wanted to build a product for small businesses, but they didn't know what that product was going to be. Right? It could be a Q&A platform, it could be a social network, it could be, like for example, the solution or the thing they wanted was something that facilitates relationships between small businesses, and that could be anything. And when it's that open-ended at the beginning, yeah, it's hard. I want something concrete to hang on to, and if there's a tool that can help me ask the right questions in those moments, that would be super helpful.
This is really, really helpful. Gosh, there's just so much you said. I want to go back quickly to something you mentioned a minute ago. You said there's something about a client seeing that I'm on a mission, needing to plan this. You don't want to sort of be perceived as like you sort of do or don't want to be perceived as knowing it all. It sounds like would be helpful if there was like I want to go back.
And when it's that open-ended at the beginning,
Yeah,
it's hard. I want something concrete to hang on to, and if there's a tool that can help me ask the right questions in those moments, that would be super helpful.
This is really, really helpful. Gosh, there's just so much you said. I want to go back quickly to something you mentioned a minute ago. You said there's something about a client seeing that I'm on a mission, needing to plan this. You don't want to sort of be perceived as like you sort of do or don't want to be perceived as knowing it all. It's something like would it be helpful if there was like a shared understanding of the process that they can see?
That's exactly.
Okay.
Because I put too much pressure on myself to like have my shit together.
Right.
And I don't want the pressure. And if we have a shared understanding between us, like this is what this workshop looks like, it would help.
Okay.
And maybe this is a tool, or maybe this is me just needing to do some fundamental first steps on workshop best practices. But
What would you do if you were going to do this yourself, like workshop best practices?
oh,
Yeah, he said pressure twice.
Say you wanted to take the no-hard approach, as you mentioned. What would your first step be?
I'd love to, well, I do some research on best practices, just using Google or whatever. But I also like the idea of, sometimes the open whiteboard is intimidating to me. I'd almost like to have like the scaffolding on the whiteboard already. So I can like fill in the blanks, like clearly there's a plan here you can see because before you enter the room, I have these things up on the whiteboard. So there's a clear track that we're gonna go down.
Ooh. I'm liking this. This is good. You're going to see when you see the thing. This is really,
I hope it's useful.
This is good. This is really good. I'm trying to like play interviewer a little bit, but I think authenticity is like a good goal for this, so I'm just going to totally break the science wall. I mean, basically, oh man, let me see if I have any other pressing. Okay, before we just talk about the product, like before we get into this designer mode, one more minute, interviewee. Tell me about, okay, imagine you're running this process, you have some shared understanding of the client, you're putting stuff up on a whiteboard, you're running through it. What is the format of the process, or what is the format of the input you're going to be receiving from them? Is it text, is it sketches, is it single words, is it long paragraphs, is it some other complex data structure? Or
Mostly words, like, unless they grab a marker and start whiteboarding, it's mostly like questions at the client, and then just replying verbally.
Cool. What would you like hope to hear from a client after a session like that? Like say you ran a great workshop, what would you think that they might say to you?
I want them to like be thankful that they're working with a creative team because they're like, ideally they're like, this is awesome. I've never worked with designers like this before. I like what you guys think about this stuff. Because that's what we're brought in for, is to, think creatively. And ideally get them thinking about solutions and designers like this before.
Like say you ran a great workshop, what would you think that they might say to you?
I want them to like be thankful that they're working with a creative team because they're like, ideally they're like, this is awesome. I've never worked with designers like this before. I like what you guys think about this stuff. Because that's what we're brought in for, is to, think creatively.
Totally.
And ideally get them thinking about solutions in a different way than they have been. If they're already cooking up ideas in their head, ideally we push it on a little bit from what they've already been thinking. But in a systematic way, you want to be like the clever folks, just like come up with clever ideas. Those guys are really clever.
You don't want to be that.
I don't think so. I think you want to show them that you have a concrete process in place.
So you're not worried that there would be some sort of like, oh, now we have to go through this whole process. I think that would be a really encouraging step for folks. They don't want to hire some creative genius to bounce off the wall. They want to like know that like these people are experts. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the thing. Like the place I work now, we outsource branding stuff. We mostly just do products. So maybe if you're doing branding stuff, it would be a different story.
Yeah. I'm like so excited by your answers. I'm like, I want to just tell you about what I'm thinking and doing. We don't have time. It's 20 minutes. I will probably ask you some more questions later. That's okay.
Yeah.
But for now, I think we should just try to keep these pretty short and talk a little bit about the answers. I mean, so much of what you're saying is really, really good. Like as all these interviews go, right, there's always like an affirming piece of it, and there's pieces that are like a little slightly less affirming. And I think we were talking a little bit. I was trying to get to like the part of your process that was really most relevant. This is like by the way me as like designer to designer, not like me as an interviewer to interview the other person. But some of the stuff you're talking about is so relevant. I think like the goal for personal growth and structure, wanting to have a shared understanding of the process. Really kind of was like crossing my fingers when I asked about that and put me to mostly words. I was kind of like, that's easy. That's pretty similar. But it does. I wonder, if what we're doing is sort of appropriate. The stages are appropriate for the process you guys have. Like I don't know if a user journey would make sense for something like this. This is kind of technically spoiling, this narrow boundary between like tester and subject matter and the user interviewer. But I'm just kind of talking about that's the whole concept of it. So that's really exciting. I mean, I'm curious to see what you think of the actual work.
Yeah, Sam.
Helpful thing for me. The little I know about what you're about to show me, I feel like, and because you mentioned it, like that would be the most helpful thing for me is, or at least reduce the pressure I put on myself for a workshop, which is like, we have a thing we can reference. It's not just me with the clown hat on, ready to dance, ready to tap dance, ready to work my magic. Like, I want to put stuff into a thing and work on it.
Okay, actually, let me ask you a point on that. Real quick. What is the result when you have that thing? Okay, so you work the magic, you have this stuff. How is that shared afterwards? What kind of format does that actually have?
Yeah, that's always something I do at the end. Sometimes, at any point in the process, I take a step back and like think about what the artifact is that I'm going to produce to send back to the client to make that next decision.
Yeah.
And it's always a deliberate step in the process. It's not like I well, I guess I like to think about what my goal is for a certain workshop, obviously, before starting it. But it's usually after the fact when I think about what the artifact I'm going to use afterwards. Like, is this going to be slides in a slide deck, or is this going to be a whimsical map that I can send back and ask, this is how they're thinking about things?
It could be after those. It sounds like depending.
Yeah.
How clients receive those? Like, is there one that people tend to prefer? Is there one that you get more excited about or is it more successful?
I feel like the most productive conversations are filling up a Google Sheet with user stories, because suddenly, even just framing, as a user, whatever, just framing stuff like that suddenly makes loads of features or ideas feel way more concrete to them, and suddenly they feel like they get excited because they can sort of start to see the product.
How do you prioritize those stories when you do you do that live in the workshop a little bit?
I'll organize them based on which user it is, but then it's working with the client to prioritize. That's typically what I share those for, is that they can, like, actually, we want to focus more on this, we don't need you to be looking at that framing case right now.
And those stories can be either listed in cards in a deck or, sort of call it out in some way on a journey map in whimsical.
Or actually just using a user journey for 2 different user stories, and then scale it out.
Right. Well, this is interesting. I think the character I had sort of written for you as a persona that you'll see is like a participant in a meeting who is trying to contribute their voice as a designer. But I have a character named Becky actually who's running in retrospective. And a lot of what you're saying is making me, so some things I'm thinking about, like one is sort of questioning how I wrote this person. Designer is the best designer engineer to shift your character around a lot. Because you're talking about what do I want to build mediums in. I don't have it here. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. Useful. I think we're going to take a quick break. Feedback, discovery thing.
Alright, one thing I have to say up front, because I saw this called Shuffleboard that made me think of something, is when we're doing user testing at work, I used to just type everything into a Google Doc. So you're interviewing a user and you're typing all your notes in a Google Doc, and I'm also recording it, and then rewatching that video afterwards, which takes like hours. I'll watch the video. Sometimes I'll take notes while I'm doing it, and then other times I will not take notes, I'll just record it, and then afterwards I'll spend an hour and a half just typing notes.
This is getting so meta.
You can actually just like pay somebody like $5 a month to transcribe your video.
Way better.
But more importantly, something a coworker taught me is instead of typing your notes into a Google Doc, you can just type your takeaways into an Asana card on an Asana board, which lets you quickly reorganize all those takeaways after the fact.
Yeah.
Which is cool, because then you're not constantly digging through a Google Doc, which I've done so many times in my life.
Yeah.
I just have these nice cards that I can drag to different columns, so I can.
This is so funny. I should be putting this into my Asana board. But the things that are labeled with idea are the actual ideas of things I want to do, and the things that are not labeled with idea are probably just quotes and things. That's so funny.
Name a column like usability, or a column like new idea, and then if I'm interviewing multiple users, I can give them a color label, and you can see you have 10 things in this column.
Yeah.
Easy to drag things around. I mentioned that because I see a thing called Shuffleboard, and to me that's shuffling the board.
It's so relevant, and I was like, we were talking about doing this. If they said that, like, you'll start because it's.
I wish I just hadn't said a single thing the entire hour.
And to do this, who also is a coworker, like a scientifically. Do you want to have these? Sorry. What significance you want for these usability tests? But also, doesn't to be like in this early stage, like that.
Sometimes, in the user testing, the real findings come out between your prep questions, similar to when you're interviewing someone.
Yeah.
Like the real shit comes out when you're walking them to the car.
Yeah.
And they say something like,
I really think I want to work with.
yeah. Or something, yeah.
It reminds me of like when I hear about people doing like scientific studies. We had a bunch of undergraduates come into a room and do a bunch of math questions, but the first group of questions, there was a bunch of marshmallows in the room and they were waiting, and like whole studies about what happens in the waiting room before they take the studies.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna say these as you go. Yeah, and it's like I said, random ramblings.
Actually, and I know how people it is, and so I try to dig back into my research. So yeah,
Let's take it right
I'll
now.
try and give you more.
All right, cool. All right. Let's say that you are running a workshop and you're thinking that you want to solve this problem you articulated before. There's this sense of wanting to have more structure around.
Workshop next week.
And let's look at that, I think.
Okay, cool. So I have to run a workshop next week, and I'm a little rusty, so I'm trying to find a tool that'll help me.
Leading the witness.
Okay, so I'm looking at Google right now. I've done my search. These are my results. This looks interesting, because these are all on this one. So I'll just plug in the Shuffleboard here. Here it is, Shuffleboard. So I can tell it's a product because I see pricing up at the top here. You can log in or sign up. Collaboration superpowers. Shuffleboard makes running live brainstorm sessions very easy and shareable.
Typo. Brainstorm sessions.
Brainstorm sessions, easy and shareable. Okay.
Let's add that to it this way. All these typos, they'll also be live on camera without knowing it.
Oh, people are like,
Okay, so
okay, try it for yourself, free trial.
what's your first impression?
So, honestly, reading that subheadline makes it, like, it piqued my interest in real life because, as a remote employee, this could be for me. So, brainstorm sessions, easy and shareable. Shareable to me, yeah, it makes me think of Envision, like, I can drop somebody a link and we can all just get on the same page quick. Very cool. This I'm assuming is like a quick overview video. I wonder if I click it.
What do you think?
I probably would click it eventually, but I think I tend to like scroll down and look for screenshots first, which it looks like, yeah, you have that.
I have a theory that like people either are video watchers or readers, and you just have to.
Yeah. Shuffleboard makes brainstorming with coworkers a breeze, run engaging collaborative meetings in real time. Places are single post-its. I'd say my first goal honestly was just read the headlines.
Yeah.
That's much to do that. Another hassle. Started meeting with one click, no purpose necessary. Works in person with remote team. Works in person or with remote teams. Broadcast results. Cool. So what are my questions about the product right now?
Yeah.
I guess now is when I would scroll back up to the video and watch about it.
Okay.
Just so I get, or these images would help too once they're in there, just to get a sense of. I like to just glance at the UI. Just because I use so many products, I get a pretty good idea of what the product does just based on what the UI looks like. Totally. But I have an idea of what this might be, mostly just because of the name and the breed that it's good.
Yeah.
Shuffleboard. I love a board. I love Trello. I love Asana board view. I love the board.
Love the board. What else? What else is shuffleboard in the name and both for you?
Old Italians in Pittsburgh.
I should call it bocce ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking cruise shit sometimes. Is that a fun image or not?
No, I was making a joke. Shuffleboard. Actually, no, I'm thinking real shuffleboard. Yeah.
I mean, that might be a confusing thing to think of like real shuffleboard. Let me ask you this: did you get it? That it was like a board?
I love that.
I guess you did.
I did just because board products are such a piece of design work.
Yeah.
Like, I use so many products that are boards.
Right.
I think
What
we'll
about
find
shuffle?
some fun.
Yeah.
Shuffle.
Spark.
Honestly, what sparks for me right now, partly because maybe I'm trying to like figure out what the product might be, is like literally shuffling a deck and like here's a prompt. You shuffle a deck, here's a prompt.
Oh yeah, like a random prompt.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. What would you imagine the product is right now before you click it? I'm kind of curious.
I'm thinking of sticky notes and putting them, grouping them in relative columns and stuff, like other boards, how other boards work.
I'd probably reduce on it like.
It supports real-time discussion. Doesn't replace it. Easy sharing. Make sure everyone is heard. That's awesome because that's one of the struggles I have as a remote employee is like, especially for me as like an introvert, on the only person on Google Hangouts, I really don't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
Especially for me. Doesn't replace it. Easy sharing. Make sure everyone is heard. That's awesome because that's one of the struggles I have as a remote employee is like, especially for me as like an introvert, on the only person on Google Hangouts, I really don't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
This is why I love Envision comments too, is because I can like take my time and think, and then submit. I'm not as good like on the fly, but also I don't want to be the guy on Google Hangouts who suddenly starts talking, and not only am I talking over someone, but like who knows what their audio is set at, and suddenly I'm just screaming. So this is appealing to me. The fact that making sure everyone's heard is awesome because knowing that it's also a collaborative tool, I know that it probably helps limit groupthink, which is something that'll happen when you're all in the room together. Is like people just jump on.
So he keeps saying making sure everybody is heard. Let's go to our value prop on the copy of the site here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say let's put that at the top.
Another person's ideas, but in a subconscious way, just reading that isn't doing to you. Start with the minor copy feedback. Shows who's distracted, so your attendees pay attention. Ooh, interesting. So I've tapped over to New York Times, and I'm reading. Here's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah.
I'm reading something on the website. You can tell I'm not focused on that browser window. You can see that Jason's not paying
Yeah.
attention.
Just as a participant, how does that feel? A little scary. Not positive, maybe, or maybe
It
positive.
depends on what kind of team you're on. Like, if you have like a candid team, and you see that someone's distracted, you can be like, dude, you're distracted right now. And it's like on my team, it would be fine. It would work. In a corporate.
So we need at least the option to not have that because that it sounds like it may depend per team. So when we're working on our template here, I'm going to add a to-do. Is this part of this template or is it part of each meeting? I was also thinking it might be interesting to like have descriptions for meetings that you can show at the beginning.
a Zoom call, and somebody's got the distracted icon next to their avatar. It's like,
I honestly I had thought that was an idea that it might help people, especially me caring for a remote employee to see that.
yeah.
I have to figure out how to make that.
Broadcast results, meetings, and shuffleboard are always saved and easily shared, so you never lose a good idea and never goes in loop. That's cool. Kind of take that for granted with a web tool like this. Like, I don't take it for granted. I just kind of expect that to be the case. I would hope.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Or maybe it's because I don't really know what a meeting is yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't quite know how to think about that, but once the content's more on
I'm thinking about the conversation we had before. I think this is like table stakes. Best parts and markers and the hassle. Oh, I mean, you didn't really talk a ton about using paper tools. You talked about other digital tools, so that makes me want to de-emphasize this potentially. The ease and convenience was sort of targeted at IT type, which is not super targeted to you. This seems like a really cool thing to work in person. Broadcaster results maybe not so much, but what I want to add based on our conversation is like, simply run better workshops without having to stress about how they're set up. So that's kind of what I feel. I'm feeling missing now. That's just my thinking.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I'm also a little confused by broadcaster results, and then it says that meetings are always saved. I almost feel like, yeah. I guess easily shared.
Totally. Very cool. Well, what do you think you would do next?
Probably give them a try. Oh,
Alright, let's do it.
here I am. Shuffleboard login. Try it for yourself. First thought is, there's part of me that will bail because I don't want to sign up or sign in yet. I want to just try this without logging in. Part of me is like that. But also, I'm the type of person who doesn't care too much about my Google login. Like, I've talked to people who like they don't want to sign up for Google login, but the fact that I could, I'd probably breeze right in with my, especially with my work account. Sometimes I use that as like my work account to test out stuff. So,
Do you think you would be more inclined to do it if you saw the product in that video?
yeah, probably. I do it yeah.
What are the ways you think you would feel comfortable knowing what you're getting into besides video? Were you expecting maybe like a sign up without creating an account or?
Yeah, maybe what it is I think you probably hit the nail on the head. If I saw what the product looked like and kind of was, I'd be more inclined to like just sign up and give it a try. But because I haven't seen it yet, I was expecting a demo right now.
Oh, that makes sense. What if there was a thing on top that said like features or product X pricing? Would that entice you to click that in?
Maybe we can show something like this. Maybe that's a better thing to show for people who are creating an account. They've already decided they are interested, but they're not sure why they should go through this trouble. Here's what you're getting next.
What's that? Oh, I don't know if I click it because I don't know, this kind of felt like a nice overview here.
Yeah. Okay.
Although I'm curious about pricing now. Trying to figure out if it's a good deal. But I don't know if product it is. Sometimes I'll just find the pricing to see if there's a free tier. And I'll go, no free tier. Okay.
Free tier. I think that's what we're missing for pricing. You need to say, something about the trial here, whatever this is. I only put free in big letters there because I want them to be able to scan and find free. Maybe we should do that with the header. So if you're looking for a free plan, you'll say, hey, well, there's at least a free trial. Maybe. Okay.
Maybe mention the need for trial.
Also, do I really want
Some kind of
pricing?
facilitators wondering what
Do I really want pricing to be so dominant up here? Because we don't even have anything about product or features. I wonder if we should have this. Like this. So they can find pricing if they need to, but I don't think it's the most important thing right now. I don't think that's dark, a dark pattern. Yeah, I'm not convinced that's the most important thing. Let's do that.
I don't know if I did it. Sometimes I'll just glance at pricing to see if there's a free tier. And I'll go, no free tier. Okay. I should maybe mention the need for trial. Yeah, so I'm kind of like looking at facilitators, wondering what a facilitator is and why. If that's like an admin for a meeting.
Yeah,
So I'm curious. Yeah, I definitely would want to go try it out. Create your account. So Google is what I would do. Cool. I didn't read that testimony back there. At this point, I'm kind of plowing ahead to get in, so I don't know that I need a little bit more prep right there.
Yeah, I like the idea of testimonials to get them over the hump on these side pages. I find people just don't read them when I've done testing. Interesting. Yeah, if you're not gonna read it, don't, you know have to.
I might read it here, you know.
Yeah.
Once I'm in there, it's once I click try for yourself, I'm ready to plow ahead. So I'll sign up with Google. Click the Google Play button on a test meeting. Probably do that for home, cool. I click I'm ready. I almost wanted to click the purple play button right there, but I didn't. And once I'm in there, it's once I click try for yourself, I'm ready to plow ahead. So I'll sign up with Google. Click the purple play button on a test meeting. Do that for home, cool. I click I'm ready. I almost wanted to click the purple play button right there, but I didn't. Because it was a little disabled.
It's just how people want to do something that was a little disabled.
Oh, that's right, this is whimsical, okay, yeah.
Yeah, for the wireframes made it. I'll take
I gotta check out that wireframe feature. I use their sticky note feature for a little bit,
Yeah.
but mostly just the user journey stuff.
I like that though.
Okay, so now I'm logged into Shuffleboard. This looks like my dashboard or something.
Yeah.
It's like my home base. Except there's a sample board, feature kickoff board. I'm wondering if these are all boards. I'm guessing this is a board too.
What's a board?
Maybe a board is, I feel like board is the individual.
So we ended up going with something more like this one. In our code. Yeah. Okay.
Do instance of a thing.
Oh man, killing it. This guy's nuts before.
You got a whimsical bug here. Create your account is crossed out.
Interesting. That's on purpose because you already created your account.
Oh, this is the checklist.
Yeah.
This is like an onboarding checklist.
It was not clear that that was done.
We gotta fix that.
Okay, so honestly, what I would do here, maybe I should just do it, but I would jump into this sample feature kickoff, and I'm wondering why I was drawn there. I wouldn't watch this video because I think I'm not really a video watcher yet. But I'm so used to blogs being like a chronological timeline, so I feel like I want to see the first thing that was posted first, and so I'm gonna jump into it. Template Sprint Retrospective. So that is, Sprint Retrospective is the title of the meeting that I ran. I wonder if it's open-ended, like if retrospective is a meeting type, or if all meeting templates are like, I guess they're templates, so maybe this is a retrospective template. What went well, what didn't go well. Add a step. Okay, so this is like, think of usertesting.com, where they define some steps for the user to take when they're testing a product, and then this is like, define some steps for your meeting. It's almost like the agenda.
So I think this onboarding didn't really do a whole lot. Oh shit, I reloaded it. This onboarding screen didn't really do a whole lot. Maybe we can just throw them in there, but then whenever they do anything like this, maybe let's have like an edit template. Like first time welcome screen. Maybe this is where this stuff belongs. I think so, maybe. I've never grouped this apparently. Oh shit. Didn't do it. Yeah, no me gusta. All right. That. Just a whimsical bug. What did he say?
And then this is like, think of usertesting.com, where they define some steps for the user to take when they're testing a product, and then this is like, define some steps for your meeting. It's almost like the agenda. Yeah. Okay, so what went well? So this is your template question. Your question, what went well? Your answer format could be, oh, this is cool. This is kind of like how workshops are in real life, because it's like, I need a bunch of ideas for how we can make the user at ease when they're going through a flow, and then you, in real life, is what you do. Like, you want this certain outcome, what's going to get you there? Maybe it's crazy eights, maybe it's whatever. In this case, like maybe short text, maybe long answer format, number, please. But you can require a minimum amount of answers. So yeah, if you wanted to do crazy eights, you could do like at least 8 answers per person, no more than. I was trying to think of why you want to limit the answers. Well, time limit. I was going to ask. Yeah, time boxing is a pretty common thing, so that'd be cool. Yeah. Auto advance next question. Time to. The thing running through my head right now is I'm wondering if each user is on a dashboard or on a question here and they finish, they add their 3 short text answers and it auto advances to the next question. Do I proceed to the next question before everyone else? Or are we all working on the same thing at the same time? Oh wait, no, this is, so this is for this whole, this isn't for any node reader, this is, I get it. I get it. This is only relevant if there's a time limit. No.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I'm the administrator right now defining the script for the meeting. I got it. Okay. Probably instead when you're done here. Cool. I get it. I get it.
There's always that moment when you're using a piece of software. You want to have enough like onboarding context that tell them what to do, but not so much that it's just like you're hammering home. Like you have to kind of figure it out yourself to some degree. Yeah. So I feel like right now I'm thinking I want to give you a little bit more structurally how it works. Like first this happens, then you do this, then this. But not so much that I spoil your moment here of like it's starting to click. I can see myself rather than having to watch 10 minutes of tutorials before I use this.
Yeah, totally. I like the pattern of like showing an example of work. Yeah. And this is really appealing to me because I get kind of excited about like getting things in the right place and like having this list on the left build in a nice way and like I get to word everything just how I want it.
Yeah.
And I really like that. Yeah, so I probably just try to create my own at that point. Think of the different answer formats. That's what you do a video.
Well, what other answer formats do you think you can have? Or which of these seem most of the show?
Picture is super relevant because unless you had like a freehand style sketching thing as part of an answer format, sketching is going to be super common.
Yeah.
Or it will be for me. So like what we do right now is we post those pictures in Slack, but then of course they get lost in the feed. You know, whereas this I'm assuming is going to save all the meeting results in like a easy format to reference. So like yeah, attaching pictures like that's great. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah. I think this would be really useful for me, actually. I mean, bullshit, yeah.
Cool. That's good to hear. What do you think we do next? So you're seeing this, you're thinking, okay, this is useful. What?
I create a full template myself, and I'd really try and bend it to see if it suits my needs before inviting my team, but then I invite my team.
Yeah.
I just realized I'm following this, but I wasn't doing that because I was doing this. One thing I'm curious about is I kind of want to see what the results of the meeting are before I recommend this to my team. I guess maybe I try it with my team, but in addition to maybe the samples of the prompts or the script stuff, I want to see the sample output. And maybe I see that as a feature on the marketing site, but I want to see what the output is. Yeah.
So I'm glad that we have this new format where it's all kind of in one place here. We can say like sample. I don't know. Actually, do we only need one? Probably. Right. Change my mind a little bit. Nope. Nope. Not that one. That one.
That's going to be this is that. Cool.
You're not coming to that.
Oh.
My stomach's growling.
I put lunch here. I don't know why. Just FYI. Yeah, I'm wondering why I would want to download it. Because ideally you can just share a link to this. Like Windows has a really confusing pattern for sharing links. You notice that?
Yeah.
You click share, but then you can send someone that link, but then they'll be like, it doesn't work. And then you go back to share and you realize you have to make it public too.
Oh, really? No.
So I wonder. Makes sense. Yeah.
Let's say you want to see what it's like when you're running. Are you curious like how it works when you?
Oh yeah, when you're running. Yeah.
Yeah.
How I'm serving, how the cards are getting served up or whatever.
Yeah.
Try running a meeting. Oh, you're better. I'm Zach. Your meeting started. Grab some friends and have them join you with this link. Cool. Yeah. So I can drop this link to in the meeting channel in Slack or the project channel, and then people will end up here on Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Except they won't see the next button. Only I see the next button.
My intention is for you to put this on a screen, like share it.
Oh.
Share your screen. But I didn't like.
I wonder if do anything about that. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if there's a use case.
So I think I'm going to replace this onboarding piece with just two separate onboarding pieces. One to help you understand how to run your, to like build a template, and another one to show you what happens here, the shared view waiting. Oh my god, I did it again. Why do I keep hitting? It's just that keyboard shortcut's built into my brain, guys. We're getting along on this video. So that means I might get rid of this. We're gonna say more here. What do we want to say that he just was confused about? Something about that.
If you were more of a survey, maybe you don't. I mean, I know the main purpose is for running the meeting, but maybe it's like just like, hey, everyone, can you please do this by the end of the day?
Yeah.
But there's other parts of it too.
Well, I was wondering, because there are surveys, but they're not. I'm trying to figure out like to what degree is this a live thing? When you're running a live meeting, to what degree is this thing collecting unstructured feedback from people and sorting that thing? Is it a super survey, or is it like a better live meeting running tool? And which, how do I think that?
What I would want is a meeting tool. Because we talked about it, would really help with the pressure, like having all the right things ready. I'm really good at prep. That's why I like to prep. I get excited about prepping and this stuff. So, what went on this? Right. Okay, so this is like a retrospective example. So like I'd be showing this on Hangouts. Yeah. And then what went on this? Right. So then I'd be asking people to. So I guess I'm running this meeting. I'm Becky. What are the other people? How are they contributing?
Yeah, it's really confusing. I mean, it's not an obvious thing to see here. You can see it in the prototype, but I'm wondering. I mean, this is just breaking the wall a little bit. But
Yeah.
like, maybe I should have you invite, like, you should get an email on your phone to join your own meeting so you can see both sides. Or something.
Oh,
So they don't even know what it is yet.
so the other people in the meeting aren't seeing this screen.
The idea is that they would see this on like a shared big screen if you're all co-located, or if you're in Hangouts, you'll see this in Hangouts. But I'll show you how it works. If you just click that, you'll get the video of somebody who's joined the meeting.
Oh, I see. What I assumed was that I'm already here. Like this is that link. I'm already here.
Right,
So
yeah.
I want to paste this in Slack, but I don't think you're in
Yeah.
the thing. But cool. So this is
You can walk through this.
cool. Okay, so on mobile. Oh, this is cool. So I'll be projecting the thing, and that's where the results are coming in. But the users I shared the link with, this is the input portion.
Yeah.
This once the meeting starts. Yeah, that's cool.
I think I have to do a little more communication around like just who is going to be seeing what during the meeting. It's a little unclear. It's not all the same screen. That's something I haven't really thought about. I just sort of taking that for granted.
So that makes sense.
You never prove that to that.
He just said something about he would expect the URL to go to help that they could just join the same URL. So to do forward non-admins to that participate to the join link. Put that in our notes.
So there's a prompt.
I'm like, all right. So the first question is what we're on the sprint. I kind of don't want to hit next year because I want. Like I'm waiting here for results.
Yeah. I think if I had done better prototype, I would make this empty first, and then these would pop up as they come in.
Oh, like auto events.
And maybe the timer should show too, right? If the next is maybe
If it's a
by
timer.
default, maybe it should be a timed thing. Or something.
Yeah. Maybe if it's not timed. If like you do these meetings all the time and you're used to seeing time screen, the notification it's not timed. So it's like so
Oh, totally.
Okay, so the results are in. So it looks like two people. Wait. Someone submitted great team communication. Someone submitted shift on time. Oh, Chris submitted that. I submitted. Jason submitted this. And then you can like this. So once the results are submitted on mobile, the person who contributed, they'll see these on their mobile phone too.
I think the video might help a little bit. I think my voice might help, but I think if you're doing a usability test, you want to have the product ready to go, right? If you're doing these early product tests, I think it's kind of like I'm just sending out a bunch of things that I think has a bunch of holes in it, and I'm seeing the holes that you find and the holes that you don't just totally see.
Yeah.
I know what development finds a little bit. So.
Sam, stop talking.
So I can end the meeting and now this thing shows up on my list here.
Cool. Well, let's imagine you get an email. I'll have an email here. Okay. Let's say that you get an email. Is this? Read this one.
Hey Becky, congrats on running your first shuffleboard meeting. I'd love to hear how it went for you. Short questionnaire. You asked 5 questions, got 48 responses in 55 minutes. Here's a summary of the responses. Sorted by popularity. Cool. So the liking is kind of like putting the dots on the
Definitely.
yeah, that's cool. Chronological, why do I know that?
You know, faster than lighter. It runs like.
Oh yeah. I was reading about it. Did he just die?
Okay. Maybe. I've already made like 3 jokes on these videos about how I use Carl because that was not something before me.
Is he a really old guy? I should know.
Yeah,
I think he just died. I just after that.
I'm making jokes
Did
about
Carl ever
I'm
die?
Maybe I'm making that up. I just know he was in your attention. Cool.
He did.
Yeah, again, I think I'm going to treat my shuffleboard login as home base. I don't know whether I want the PDF, but I guess
Oh
I
no.
Yeah.
I do like this summary though, so if there's no way to see this summary in the app, it makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Summary.
really.
Or we get that PDF. This is cool. I like it. It's like training wheels.
It was.
Or maybe not training wheels, but like when you go bowling and the bumpers are in the gutters. So in case you needed a good marketing copy here. Gutter bumpers, shuffleboard. Okay. Like when you go bowling and the bumpers are in the gutters. Or when you get that PDF. This is cool. I like it. It's like training wheels for a good meeting. Or maybe not training wheels, but like when you go bowling and the bumpers are in the gutters. So in case you needed a good marketing copy here. Gutter bumpers, shuffleboard. Cool. We're done.
Overall impressions?
I'm not just joking, but like it would. I'm not joking. It would be useful for me to use it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good. Well, I'm trying more questions for you. We're probably pushing an hour. The product had now put a little bit like how much terrible stuff. These notes, without rewatching this, you can.
I'll just show the early stuff, but like you see such good takeaways over there. Yeah.
It's just too good to not do. Especially somebody like Joel out, people to get. Okay. I don't really need to do it.
I can trust them.
So, how's that work? Yeah. gonna take all the. All right, we're done.
Great. Jason's so cool. I'm so glad he did that. This is so helpful. All right, guys, so I got a lot of good notes. I'm going to take some of these ideas. I mean, there's going to go to like 3 places. This is going to be updates to our whimsical, which we already are working on. And I think we'll be able to make some really good updates for our test. We'll also be able to update our copy based off of things he said. I'm going to sort of like reflect them back, put them back out into the world. Also, there were a lot of ideas of what we could build that came out of that. A lot of feature ideas. We'll try to get those into Asana, as he suggests, actually. I've got some notes, so I don't need to watch the video again. I've got some good notes, and I can always go back and do the Asana stuff. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just make a list to do of capture Jason meeting ideas in Asana. Update design based on Jason's idea. Okay. So that's in progress. I'm going to go through and finish this new idea of new onboarding stuff and tweak the stuff, and then we're going to throw it into InVision. Hopefully my screen hasn't already crashed and doesn't crash. And then once we do that, we'll be ready for Jonah. And then if we have extra time and we're feeling fresh, we're going to see if we can't knock out a couple other features in the actual app itself. But I'm not sure we'll get to that today. Okay, quick break. Back soon. Hey, okay. Got some breakfast. Ready to get back into it. Update design. So we finished Jason's interview. We've got a couple design updates. I want to take a look at this again real quick. We updated our pricing page. We updated our created account page. Trying to simplify. Maybe the little video we were going to do should be better here. If they really want it, they can just see the intro video here. Maybe. Think about it. Good enough. So they sign up, they get in there. We want to get them immediately here. These purple play buttons, just, you have to explain them. We've got a better way of doing this now. Didn't we build a better way? Come on. Yeah, this is better, I think. So we're going to do one of these. Let's do SWAT. use the computer today. There we go. Now I don't have to explain that stuff. It's so much better, I think. It's pushing this stuff down, but that's okay, because you can scroll if you need one of those. The most important stuff is right up here. Maybe we do need to say something like templates. Better. This stuff, okay. These are going in the graveyard. Didn't I have like a place for unwanted toys down here or something? Whatever. Da 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 da. We're on an ultimate beam. We're on an ultimate beam. This is a God dream. This is a God dream. Everything. All right, so instead of making it a breeze, let's reflect the language Jason used. Shuffleboard. Generally, people say that products fall into two categories. They call them painkillers and vitamins. Vitamins don't alleviate any pain. They just ideally make you feel better. Painkillers don't make you feel good, but they do alleviate pain. So like one is getting you up to normal, and one is starting at normal and getting you here. And the sort of conventional, maybe it's wisdom, maybe it's cliche, is that people tend to not buy vitamins. They want to buy painkillers. Oh, that's so dark. But instead of saying, hey, we can make this better, we should say, you know how it sucks right now? Let's make it let's take the pain away. The wording there is awkward. This is not descriptive. I think we got to get rid of it. Jason did not even, I don't think he even really read it. Maybe that's the point. Run live. Run amazing live meetings. Could be. I almost want to do like a live on air thing. We didn't do that as part of our branding, but oh, you know what's kind of funny that this whole product is about like doing meetings live, and I'm doing these videos live-ish. That's funny. Okay. Maybe there's like some element of this as a graphical thing. What's with my exclamation points? I was feeling it that day. All right, we got to come back to this. I'm gonna take a break. Okay, so when you first get in, what's the order of all this? What have we done here? Whimsical. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit regretting not using just a real design tool for this. Oh, those arrows are just all... I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see them. Do I like this or is it dumb? That's a question. I don't know, guys. Alright, I kind of like it. And instead of saying it's kind of like your agenda, what if we just hold on to your shorts, say agenda. I think that's worthwhile. We're gonna try the same thing over here. Should this be 2 steps? It seems like maybe too much. Let's just see. Um, we need to give them some help about how to do that. Placeholder. Just in case people need help. I'm not sure this is necessary. You know what? Let's take this and make it like a bonus thing if people really want to see it, but I think they're gonna get it. We can just show it if they click a link. Is it L? No. N. Maybe an illustration here. I mean, what we're really showing is like how this thing works. Um, is this super cheesy? I think it is. um, God, this is so cheesy. I think the essential thing here is this. Okay, let's try to get rid of this one. We're kind of just playing here with like how does this one-time screen. Oops, almost did it again. This one-time screen has got to just say a lot of different stuff. We're only going to see it once, but I really noticed. I mean, Jason was a little confused. I want him to be like, "Oh, yep, I get it, I get it." I just want it to be obvious. And if it takes a little bit of clip art for now, so be it. Button copy. Often bad. We've been at it for a while. Okay, so that'll be a new test to show people how it works. You know what we could even do? Let's copy these weird ones and put them as the placeholder for the video here. So it's not going to actually show, like this is not going to be, how do I just describe it? When you're going to play video, you know that it'll it's hard to make these dark, I forget. You know, it'll be obvious, I think, that you can't play this video. But I think it won't be, it'll be easy enough to know. What am I trying? Can I not do a triangle? So we're trying to talk and so it'll be easy enough to know if there's a video, and it'll say that there's some explanatory content here. I have this thought that engaging collaborative meetings in real time is kind of like obvious by this point. So I'm going to say goodbye, sticky notes and Sharpies. I was actually thinking of putting that up here, and I might. Maybe I just should. I think I might just do that. If I say goodbye wall of sticky notes, people are going to think, but I like my wall of sticky notes, and they do. I can't say goodbye Post-its and Sharpies, because those are both brand names. I need to say something like goodbye sticky notes and markers. I'll do it, maybe I'll do it someday if I can get it succinct. Oh, we already talked about this, yeah. I should just read this first. As good as, no, it's better than. What are the best parts of these tools? Small. I miss whatever I used to have here, because now we have it down here. It's easy to use. That's not a benefit. Of course it's easy to use. It's gotta be. So maybe this will be something we can just show them instead of tell them. Let's just say this. Just leave it at that. I think that's good enough. Time is running out. I feel like everybody's saying this simple transparent. Whatever. Okay, we're getting nitpicky. It's time to do it up. So this is the part of the video where I'm pretty sure my screen recording is just going to totally crap out if I try to export these. So I'm going to go for it, but you know, let's not all have, let's cross our fingers. See what happens. Bird just flew by my window. That's nice. So if at any point during this process it just cuts to me as a camera or a black screen or something, it's because my screen died. So hopefully it hasn't. Let's do this. Yeah. Signing into InVision right now. Okay, here we are. Downloads. Games. So quick. Yeah. 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 Is that basically being the same? I'm not even going to do that. Okay, so we got to archive some of these screens. They're really not what I want anymore. This screen got to go. This screen's got to go. That's weird. Oh, we need to get rid of that, and we'll do that later. Oh, I think I did this other one wrong. That should be shared. You waiting here. I should make this as a template from the bottom of the screen, but it's just, I don't want to deal with it right now. I have to go back into Whimsical to do it. Okay. Let's try it out. Oops. Okay, pretty good, guys. If the screen is dead, then what I'm doing right now is going through the InVision prototype and seeing if everything's working. So now I'm going to go back to Whimsical and just make a couple small tidy up changes so I don't have any bumps when I run the test. 48 minutes, that's a long time. We no longer have these menu, this nav. I think a lot of people like start building nav right away. We try to keep it pretty small. Like, you know, some people have this whole nested nav. And by some people, I mean me in previous lives. a lot of nav. But navigation is something that you can always just update and change as you add more pages. But if you don't need more pages, we only really have one main page on our thing. It's just this guy, so you don't really need all that stuff. So we got rid of this. I might want to add this guy here. So you can have an escape hatch. Oh, I accidentally did all of them again. Crap. Whatever. This must be the most boring videos on YouTube. I don't remember to fix that. Oh my God, InVision, come on. Okay. It's basically ready. Ready enough to test. I'm going to stop because the screen recording might have broken. It's done that at this point in the past. So, quick break. All right, folks. I'm feeling pretty good. We got ready for Jonah's test for the most part. So, like, we've incorporated all the feedback from Jason, and we're going to have another good round of some feedback from somebody in our next video 2 days from now. But I have almost a half hour, essentially a half hour before I got to move on to the rest of my day, take a break, eat, and do the rest of my day. And so I'm hoping maybe I can just pop in here and take a couple of low-hanging fruit pieces down. Maybe that would be even a nice way to get ready for this test, potentially. And then I also just want to make sure that I have like a working version of the thing that we're going to do up on stage, a staging server. Or maybe I should just go through and add these ideas in. All right, I think we should do that. Let's just make sure our notes are done. Never want to leave that stuff half done. So if you have clients and they have got a lot of ideas, it's easy to tell them to do post-its, but what if you don't really want them to pull out their phones and type all this stuff? Maybe you just want them to talk, and instead of somebody transcribing it on Google Docs, they can put it up on a whiteboard that people can vote on, for example. Excuse me, just a random idea. Template, card templates. So this is the idea, instead of a template for a whole board, say like users can, so you can give people a prompt. So each card, like, hey, fill out each card in the format X, Y, Z, or like another one is how might we export. That seems like it might be fairly important. I'm going to leave this open because I think it'll just be obvious enough to do. Well, no, it won't be because I would have done it already. Okay, that's done. That's done. Woohoo! Gotta celebrate a little bit. Ooh, I don't want to deal with any of this right now. This has got to be in progress. Maybe we can put even like a little thing that says like, because that's what these are. This is ready. So we could do a login page. Custom templates. That's kind of a big one. Not that big though. But then we got to make security rules for them, and then we have to merge those into the other branch. It's not a 20-minute job. It just isn't. It might be if we didn't have the other branch going on, but it's just not. It's not there. Maybe a login page. Maybe we can just knock that out. I want to be on master branch so I can push this. We want the app layout. We want it to say login. Oh, what's the deal with that? We're probably gonna get history from this. So we basically have this other places. We just want to make it a component. Well, that's not the one we're talking about. Marketing layout. That's the top bar. We don't want that. This is our page that we're working on right now, so we don't want that. So here's a good example. If you're trying to see boards, you want to return login. And what is login? It's our login page. So this is a very specific login page. For participants. I'm going to ignore that for now. That's what we're recreating, basically this. Yep, same thing here. So we're logged in, we can do stuff. What if we go and log out? And we go to settings. Whoa. Lots of ways to log in. That's a duplicate, isn't it? Sorry, I'm hungry. So first thing is we changed our mind. This is not an app layout. That's a little better. Let's make this hero. Is that gonna work? No, where'd we put that? Here? Yeah. So it's centered now. And so really, all these places where we're pointing login, they're getting wrapped around inside a app layout here. Well, they are sometimes. This one is outside the app layout. Presenting container is not an app layout. Settings is the only one that is. So that's just this mistake of this. We just need to tweak this. All we needed to say is that this is actually here. Makes it even simpler. That's good. So if you try to go to settings, the first thing is going to tell you, it's not even going to tell you, it's just like, listen, you got to log in. There's nothing to do until you log in. If you do log in, you're on your settings page. That's nice. Okay, so what are the other pages that you need to log in for? Presenting container. Let's go here. Present. Let's log out. Great. Just gotta log in there. And what was the other one? Boards. Oh, just our boards page. Same thing. So we're just telling people, you gotta log in, man. You wanna get it? You gotta log in. Easy enough. Okay. Well, that worked pretty well. Is there anything I'm missing here? So we want our login links on our home page to actually go to the login page. So we're actually going to do something else here. We're going to have the router. You know what? Let's hold off on this for now. We're going to commit this other stuff first. Now we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to make a whole login root. Same component, I think. And we're going to make it so that if you're on the marketing site and you click login from anywhere in the marketing layout, it's now just a link to and so should this be, I think. Which means we need another one here. Now, oddly enough, this button is going to do the same thing. But it's nice to have people have two different things to do. Because that's what people generally expect in this day and age. Still haven't used this. Okay, so now it's different. Is it different? Save it. Okay, so we're going to give our home a big login link now too. This is looking a little bit more like a real app thing. Log in or create an account. So if you go to create an account, there's a page that does it. And you can go to login. If you go to login, you don't have an account, you can go to sign up account. Same thing here. You must log in to see this page though. This no longer fits because it's just web page. This is the login page. Give me. This try for free app. I don't know what I was thinking. That should go to the create account page. We could just do it, but the problem is that people generally expect to have options about how you don't want to just throw them in a Google thing. It's just too scary. It's not what they expected. They didn't sign up for that, so it's just not cool. And we probably need whatever, that's fine. So I'm going to say you can pass this a message. This might not be the best way to do it. But it lets us, from these other places that use login, it lets us pass in a little message, only in these cases. So now what do we got? Same thing, you can log in here, but look, it doesn't tell you anything here. Unless I go to boards, now it's going to tell me I have to log in to see this page. That's nice, that's what we want. There might be a better way of doing this. Not really concerned about it right now. Did on these login sign up pages, did I say it's going to be with Google? Yeah, I did. So that's good. So guess what? Done. All right, we gotta go. Oh, hey, guess what? Done. Slide empty state in presenter mode. Oh, can't we just do that in 2 seconds? Actually, I'm a little loath to mess with this because I think we might have merge conflicts if I can go on that other branch and fix this stuff. And if we end up going with a nested situation, which I was thinking about it, it's like if that's how they do it, then that might work and it might not be that bad. Because some of the data is truly nested. Like users are not nested under organizations because users can have multiple organizations. But boards are nested under organizations and slides are nested under boards. And cards are nested under slides and reactions are maybe nested under cards. And so maybe that's how it's going to be. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to hold off on that. Let's just get this pushed up to, let's do it on live. And we'll just make sure it's ready for testers to sign up. Actually, let's do it on stage. Because if we do it on live, we have to write migrations. Okay, so that's going. We'll do this in 2 seconds. I'm just typing it. If you can't see this, I'm typing the thing in Asana, the notes about the nested database structure. So i.e., it would be basically like users, orgs have boards and templates. Boards have slides, and slides have cards, and cards have reactions. It's up. Really should be making those look like links. That actually might interfere with our test. Maybe I can just spend. Ooh, that's not good. Good thing we tested, because what's happening is when you do log in with Google, we need to pass this maybe a okay, how does this work? Look at this. This is a hack. What we're going to do is say if history weird to do, but I think it might be. Is that the way to do it? For some reason, I cannot remember to do that. Okay, so I'm here at boards. If I log out, that's why. God. The function stuff is all screwed up. Okay, I'm on boards. If I log out, I go to the home page. If I go to boards and I log in, I should stay on boards. And I do. If I log out and then I say log in here, I'm on a login screen, I click login. So it's not doing this thing. Shit, I really didn't want to have a last minute bug I was solving right now. I'd rather be fixing this other stuff. Okay, so I'm about to do it. I've got not defined. How are you not defined? Maybe just, it's defined apparently. Okay, hold on, one more time. Does login not pass a function back? Must, because it's not erroring. What the hell's going on? Shouldn't have started this without a break. Okay. It's taking us somewhere else, that's why. So we don't have this history.push thing. We never get this because we leave the page and then we come back and we're already logged in. Maybe we should do it with the pop-up. There we go. All right. One more time. So if I say, yeah, I'll try for free. Oh, but I already have an account. I'm going to log in. Now it takes me to boards. Awesome. Now what if I'm on boards, but I've logged out? It'll tell me I have to log in to see this page now. go to login. It logs me in place, no redirect. Although it's hard to know if it's redirecting because the same thing would have happened. So let's go to settings. See what happens here. I should end up in settings, not boards. And I do. Great. Okay. Back up on stage. Gotta go. I'm gonna clear these out. Oh, motherfucker, but I have to do that for create account too. Get me every time here. This is why we have stage. Damn it, come on, I'm gonna do this. Let's go. I'm impatient right now. I want it to be ready. Little details are just, I want to build something. Don't want to tweak login buttons all day. Imagine how hard this would be if I wasn't using Google Firestore, or Google Auth, Firestore Auth rather. Okay, let's try this one more time. All right, I'll try it. Okay, I'll sign up with Google. Didn't work. Okay, I'll try it. Okay, I'll sign up with Google. All right, back on dev server. Thought it was going to be a swish. Is this not happening? Is this not happening? Let's break it down. Solve the case. That's happening. That's happening. Oh, is there history? There is. And it works. Okay. It's like a ghost in the machine, computer ghost. Sometimes you get that. Alright, so wait, if I'm here, oh, maybe it just didn't update in time. Maybe I was just assuming it would have pushed. Yeah, I just wasn't patient. It was working. Okay. Now do I have users? Oh yeah, I don't have the ability to type it here anymore. But I have my report. And I have a board called Sprint Retrospective with slides. And the user, that's me. Awesome. 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 Okay, guys, it's ready, I think. I hope. There might be bugs. But we've done a pretty good job checking it out. One more time. We're clear. Clear. Okay. Next is this. Private meeting. Where did I put it? Walk through app with the tester. That's the next thing we got to walk through with somebody. Then we have all this other fun random stuff that we're going to keep doing because we need to get this done before we can get to like a rough beta. But you know, how much of this is, I mean, some of these we're going to be able to burn through quickly. Some of these are features, some of these are whatever. Once we get this database stuff figured out, I'm telling you, we're going to be cooking with gas. All right. Yep, I'm done. See you later.